Okay, everyone, welcome to race week 16 FMC's Crosscast. On the call today, we have 4 elite motorsport fans. Myself, I am the operations director at FMC. We have Ben, who is the MD, FMC. Keith as well, the MD. And we have our partner from the US, John, who is the Motorsports Enthusiast. So, I don't know if you guys want to say hello. John?
Hey, well, glad to be here. I know we've been talking about this for a while. Stoked to be on. I think this is it's a really cool concept, really cool show to talk about everything going on globally in the motorsport world, and excited to hear what you all have to think about what's going on with some NASCAR and IndyCar stuff. So really excited to talk about it.
It's a pleasure to have you, John. I'm also excited. We had a lot of racing at the weekend, so we got quite a bit to get through. But yeah. Ben?
Yeah, I agree. Our biggest weekend yet, 164 people to choose from, 7 series, mental amount of races.
As Ben talked about and Keith talked about, we had race week 16. There was 7 franchises, 15 races, and 164 assets. So a lot of choosing to get your head round, try and come up with a winning team was quite difficult. And then obviously next week we roll into race week 17. NASCAR carries on with its weekly, every week race, which is amazing. We've got World Rally, which I think has just started about an hour ago, Gran Canaria. And then season launch for DTM in Austria and MotoGP at Jerez.
So World Superbikes was back, and it was eventful. Race 1 particularly, the 2 Ducati boys were really at it. Lequena and Balega were literally trading places lap on lap, and it was chaotic. The rain started near, I think it was 5-6 laps towards the end, and Balega went from having quite a comfortable lead after battling to just completely losing it in a turn. Somehow kept the bike upright, and Lequena was straight back on him. Petrucci also had a jump start and got given a double long lap penalty, and hilariously the long lap penalty had this horrendous bump that on entry, and he hit the bump after practicing not hitting the bump. So it completely wrecked his race and he was out. And then round the back there was Taz McKenzie was just on fire. He was like, I think he overtook like 6 people in under 3 laps. And yeah, it was really good racing. I was proper impressed. So that set up the weekend basically for World Superbikes. Then Super Pole on Sunday. Unfortunately, Balega came out and absolutely dominated the whole race. The reason he's 6K in our game is because he's just going to clean up this year, I think. No one can get near him.
He just doesn't lose, does he? He just doesn't lose.
It's really, but I mean, from race 1, I really thought Lequena on the same bike was going to do the same thing and just keep on his tail, but he just couldn't keep up. It then became a battle for third with the Lowe's brothers, and Bautista were just like, it was chop change. They nearly hit each other at one point. Bautista's got this no fear package where he just throws it into any corner. I swear he just hopes it stays upright and then comes out all singing. I mean, last year, Keith and I picked him a lot because he was cheap, but the reason he was cheap was because he fell off a lot. So this year he hasn't fallen off as much, but yeah, he secured 5th, I think, in the end. The Lowe's brothers split him. They had a really good weekend as well, to be fair. Race 2 particularly on the Sunday, Sam Lowe's was fantastic. Got out of the blocks really quick, did the Ducatis into turn 1, held it for a bit, but then obviously they came back at him. Race pace isn't quite there as the Ducatis right now, but I mean the main Ducatis, he's on a Ducati, but not the ones that Balega and Lequena are on. And then Montella had a really good race where he was battling 4th and 5th again with Bautista, and yeah, it was a full Ducati lockout of the top 5 bikes in race 2. So the other manufacturers have got some work to do, I think. So Ducati are just dominating. Balega doesn't seem to be letting off the gas. I think he's won every race this year. He's just broken the top record of 13 consecutive races in a row, or equaled it. Sorry, he didn't break it, but he's definitely going to break it next week or the week that they race. Oh my God! Look, Keith and I said it'll be shocking if he loses a race this year because he's just on fire. So he might have a completely clean sweep. We'll end up seeing a 7K in our game, which is
No,
unheard of.
You will.
Is he 7K?
Next time he will be the first 7K I've ever seen. He's just been so dumb. You've got to average over 24 points to get that, and he's just on the cusp. So he's going to be our first 7K. Unbelievable.
That's ridiculous, Keith. No one's going to pick him, are they?
No one's going to pick him. You shouldn't pick him for that.
No one's going to pick him, but you are guaranteeing points. Like if it was this weekend, if World Superbikes is this weekend with Talladega, you could pick a load of 1Ks at Talladega and probably be like, right, one of them might win. It's one of those races, isn't it? So we'll come to that. Sorry.
That's great.
Anyway, I've done Superbikes. Please, someone move on. Pick a different series.
So we had the British Touring Cars season launch at Donington.
It's quite similar to last year in pace. You've got the two guys at the top, which is Ash Sutton and Tom Ingram, and they are clearly head and shoulders above the rest of the field. Like it's quite a close field, but they've got the pace when they want it. There's turbos in touring cars, so if you're doing really well, the way they balance it, John, is if you've won a race, you then have less turbo to use on each lap for the next race. So you can get attacked by the cars behind you, and it's a good way of balancing it. They used to do it with weight, now they use turbos. So the first race this year was on the Saturday. They've introduced a fourth race.
How do you feel about that, Keith?
I'm going to try and stay impartial about that, but I don't. For me, the more races you put into a weekend, the less priority there is to like having one big race. Like Formula One do, like NASCAR, IndyCar generally only have one race, and it means a lot, doesn't it? I think the more races you add over a weekend, the less each of them mean personally. But anyway, it's probably to get crowds in on a Saturday, but they could just have put the first race on a Saturday and have two races on Sunday, in my opinion. But anyway, zip it, Keith. So yeah, they did qualifying on Saturday. They did the first race after that in the evening, and it was won by a brand new team, Plato Racing, which is great. They rocked up with a new Mercedes. And Tom Ingram would have won it, but he jumped the start, got a penalty, and it was a 5-second penalty, and he only won by like 4.6 or something. So, yeah, the win went to Rowbottom, which was really cool. So they got a win straight out of the blocks. Then 3 races on the Sunday. The first race was, it was Ingram again, wasn't it? Who won and then got a...
Ingram started from the back.
He got disqualified.
And came through. He had an amazing race. I do want to bring up the fact that Rowbottom started well, and then he ended up going out with problems. And this is highly funny, John, because Keith has Dan Rowbottom in his team.
I had Rowbottom in my team, and you were loving it, yeah.
Oh
no! When you're watching and you're like watching with a friend and you playing the game and they've got someone invested that goes out, the banter that comes out is great. It's so good. And it gets better because something else happened to him later on.
My entire team Saturday, we loved it. I had a first, 2 seconds, a third, a fourth. Everything was going my way, and then Sunday it just all went retirement, disqualification, retire. I was like, give me a break. Anyway, yeah. So it was Mikey Doble won the first race on the Sunday, which was really cool for him. He has won a race last year, but it was a reverse grid race. So this is his first win of like the first race of the 3, which means a lot because they call, reverse grid, you get all sorts of winners and it's not really legit, but he got himself to the front on rights and won the race, albeit a disqualification for Ingram, but still. So yeah, well done to Doble.
Race 2, by the way, Keith, was Sutton, Camish, Shedden.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
that's what the order was of the win. Sorry, I think Ingram got to the top, but couldn't. He ran out of tyres, I think, so he ended up 4th or 5th. But okay, he did amazing coming from the back right through.
So race 2, technically race 3 because of the stupid Saturday one, was Ingram didn't even get to the grid. He had problems with the car, so he was looking at coming through the field, but had to pit. They couldn't fix the car. He never even started it. So in that case, I take him out of the results. If he did not start the race and he did not qualify for that race, it's just take him out of the results. You don't lose points. You don't gain points. And then, yeah, Sutton won it, didn't he? Great racing. With Ingram not up there challenging him and he's got a good grid slot, he's not going to get beaten. And then the final race of the weekend, Sutton started from 8th. They did the reverse grid. So because he won race 3, in race 4, he started from 8th. And whoever came 8th starts from 1st.
Yes, John, it makes no sense whatsoever. It's a British thing. They pick it out of a hat. It's so ridiculous. They should just reverse the whole grid. Don't do this stupid from 8 thing. Just reverse the whole grid. Done. I don't get why they've done that.
Manufacturing a bit of excitement, but it does work. It's usually a good fun race, the last race. And also, they don't need to keep their cars in good shape for another race. It's the last race of the weekend, so they can properly go at it. So it's usually a good one to watch. And yeah, Sutton cruised through from 8th and won it. Absolutely genius. And Ingram, because he didn't even start the race before, started right at the back, but he had soft tires, maximum boost, and he flew. He got to 2nd, couldn't catch Sutton, but all the way from the back to 2nd, just masterclass. So those two guys, they're going to go up in value. They're by all rights, they're fighting for the championship already. But it was good. It was good. I would shout out to Charles Rainford in the BMW, who was just the most consistent. And in our league, it's put him 2nd overall. He only had 1 podium, but he was very consistently 3rd, between 3rd and 6th, all 4 races, which was very good. And Ricky Collard is a guy who used to race. I think he's done 2 full years in the series before, but he went away and did some GT racing. And his dad was a really good British touring car racer, raced BMWs, not afraid to get his elbows out, very exciting guy. And yeah, Ricky, his son, definitely got some pace. He got a podium in his first weekend. So I would say, he's one to watch. Maybe put him in your team, give him a go. And his birthday's 30th of July, represent. So I've got to back him. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Has he got the same? Has he got the same year as you, 1844 or whatever?
No, I believe he was a couple of years older.
Keith,
who asked you, eh?
Keith, Ricky Collard's granddad used to race against my dad in Horwood racing.
Really?
So like a dynasty of Collards. Yeah,
that's cool. That is cool.
Yeah, they live near us.
That's a great stat, Tezza. I like that.
Yeah. My dad usually lost. But yeah, John, do you want to moving on? Do you want to talk about IndyCar? I believe Palou cleaned up again.
Yeah, IndyCar it was interesting because we saw Felix Rosenqvist on pole, which is great to see. Been waiting for a long time to see him up there, and it looked like he could get it done. But then Palou being Alex Palou, that the strategy, the car, everything on that team has been working for years now, and he's just tough to beat. I feel like, especially it's what it sounds like with hearing from supercars and BTCC and looking over even into like NASCAR and Formula One, it seems like there's that one guy. And I think Palou is that one guy that, you can do everything right. I like Rosenqvist, you can do everything you can do right. And then Palou just still finds a way to win. And so looking at where he stands, he's had not as strong of a year as he's had in years past, but still, he is the guy to beat. It was great to see that, I believe it was Marcus Armstrong got on the podium there for Ganassi, which is great to see. You had issues with Newgarden, and you had issues with other people in the field trying to go on 3 stops versus 2, but the class of the field is running through the 10 team, and it has been for a while. It continues to be, and I'm very curious to see what happens now going into the Indy Road Course and going into the Indy 500, because that race is proven to be a little bit of a wild card, but especially for the non-traditional oval drivers, especially with Palou. But Palou won it last year. So now that he is leading and goes into Indianapolis back-to-back, he's the defending Indy 500 winner. Can anybody beat him, right? I mean, it looks like we're on this streak again of Palou is going to be the best guy. So very interested to see what happens. There was a faster final stop, which was crucial for Palou, and that's where Palou's been beating people the most, I think. Obviously, his pace is outstanding on harder tires, but also the strategy is the best that I've seen in motorsport across the board. It's flawless. I mean, they don't make mistakes. They know, it seems like they know exactly when the right moment is every single time to pit to maximize the delta between them and other drivers, and it works every time. I mean, look at what happened at Barber. They were fighting with Christian Lundgaard, and Lundgaard had a slow stop, but still, the strategy worked in their favor to where he won by 13 plus seconds. So Palou's the guy. Palou's the guy. So
do you think John Palou will stay in IndyCar, or do you think he'll jump series and end up at the Formula One section? Or
I'd like to see it personally. I think it'd be really cool to see a driver of his caliber try to go to Formula One. Yeah. Will he? I don't know, because then you have to answer, okay, who's going to go into the 10 car, but then whose spot is he taking in Formula One? And I think that's the biggest question, is where would he land? Where's the right spot for Palou? I don't know. I would love to see it, but I have a feeling he'll probably stay in IndyCar. But I would love to see it. I mean, what do you want to see Palou expand and go into Formula One? I mean,
absolutely.
Or maybe something else? Yeah.
No, I think he's, when a driver wins or a rider wins consecutively, like non-stop, because they're just in epic teams or whatever. Same with motorbikes. Keith and I were talking about it with Balega. Will he jump up to MotoGP? He did a bit of testing there last year when he filled in for Marc Marquez, but Ducati have already picked all their riders for the following season. Would he jump ship from Ducati and jump into something else like Top Rack has done? It's a risky move, because you go from being the best to essentially the worst, and you got to build your way out. I don't know. Like you say, where would he fit in Formula One? That's the problem. They're all in contracts. The big teams, would they take a risk on an IndyCar driver? I don't know.
Well, I mean, Colton Herta's trying to get in there, so I would imagine Palou will watch that very closely. Herta's racing Formula 2 this year to then hopefully get a Cadillac spot, isn't he?
Yep.
And if he can do that, and how well that goes, might influence what Palou does.
Yeah,
for sure.
Herta's good. Herta is very quick, but
sometimes
a bit sketchy. Yeah, he's great to watch for sure.
And I think it's interesting too with
Mick.
To see how he has been able to perform, and I mean, not to be negative, but I guess not perform. I mean, I was expecting him to be a little bit better, and I watched him at the Arlington GP, and he's obviously still learning it, right? So I think Palou would have that same learning curve. Obviously, Mick versus Palou, two very different drivers. One coming from WEC World, or I guess going from Formula One to WEC, now going to IndyCar. Then you have Palou being IndyCar. I would be very curious to see how Palou would do and see what he would be able to do. I would like to see it. I would like to see it happen. Maybe him and, who knows, maybe him and Colton Herta could be the two Cadillac drivers in a couple years once Palou's won 6 championships and is done with IndyCar and just wants to move on to bigger and better things. Who knows? But we'll see.
Yeah,
definitely. Do you want to talk about World Endurance while we're on it?
I can do. Yeah, I can do. It was the season launch at Imola, one of the best circuits in the world, in my opinion. It's it's traditional. It's trees. It's runoff areas. It's gravel traps. Very undulating. And yeah, what a great race. Toyota beat Ferrari on their home turf. The winning Toyota was number 8, Remy Hartley and Hirakawa. Hope I've said that right. But Ferrari did get second place. But the fancied Ferrari, which I think a lot of us picked, was Kubica in the yellow 83. It didn't do as well as we thought. But yeah, Toyota really have upped their game compared to their season last year. But you know, it's worth noting BMW did well as well. They got a 5th and a 7th. Again, BMW struggled a bit last year, but their cars this year look good. The Genesis, which is a new product owned by Hyundai, they had a difficult first race there at the back, but you know the lap times were pretty good, so there's optimism for them for the future. Jota again were mid-pack, kind of with Alpine and BMW, but I think it was a good, eventful race. Lots going on. You know, it's always great to see the GTs racing with the hypercars at the same time. You know, the faster cars trying to get through on the GT side. It's quite a narrow track at Imola as well. But on the GT side, you know, BMW won, the number 69, driven by McIntosh, Thompson, and Harper. It was very close actually at the end. I think there was only a couple of seconds between first and second.
There was a McLaren that took the pole and was leading but had problems, which that would have been a 1K pick for us. So arguably I got the pricing wrong there. But
with World Endurance, John, do you like, we have this thing because it was on at a really good time for us, but wasn't, because obviously we were watching everything else whilst it was happening. So we kind of had it on in a screen, which is great because World Endurance is obviously quite hard to watch in that it's so long. And we were dipping in and out of it. And there was an hilarious moment when Keith and I were trying to keep up with the driver changes. And one of the Formula E guys jumped in a car and left the pits and immediately hit the wall. And we were trying to figure out whether he can go back in the race or not. It turns out, yeah, they can be recovered and put back in the race due to endurance. But when you watch a World Endurance race, do you sit and watch the whole race, or do you dip in and out? What's your kind of...
Sure, it depends. So I love Imola. I'm a big fan of Italy. I'm Italian, have Italian heritage, and so I sat down and watched almost the entire thing. And plus, it was at early enough time to where I could wake up and it was on a Sunday morning. No other racing was going on, so I could watch it for the majority all the way through. I did bring it outside. I was doing some yard work, so I had to turn it on while I was doing that because I felt kind of bad after like 3 hours sitting on the couch. I was like, oh, I got to get up and move. But yeah, if it's on like at a time where I can watch it all the way through, I try to watch it as much as I can. So like, for example, the two biggest races that I typically like to watch that are IMSA or either WEC, that are endurance races, is the 24 Hours Daytona and the 24-hour Le Mans. I haven't been able to do it successfully, but I want to stay up and watch all 24 hours, which is tough to do. Tough to do. This year I can't do it. The Rolex 24, we had a snow and ice storm hit Nashville, which just destroyed the internet. Everybody was like, an apocalypse came through. So that was not good. So I couldn't finish that. Then I'll be out of town for the 24 hours of Le Mans. So I won't be able to watch it as much as I want to. But like for 6 hours of Imola, it was great because it came on at 6 a.m. I literally woke up at about 5:50, turned it on, made some coffee, was watching it for that. So if it can be on at a good time, sure. But once you get, I think, into the later afternoon races where other racing is going on, it's the same thing. I'll have it on the little screen, or I'll check it intermittently if there's other series going on. But once you get to the longer ones, it can be tough. It can be tough, especially starting really early in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be at Le Mans, and we're going to try and watch as many hours as possible.
Maybe not 24, but
so jealous, so jealous.
I've made a deal with John that he's got to come with us next year to Le Mans. He's got to meet us there and join us at the track and have a massive experience. I think.
Sure.
You've got to, if you're a race fan, it doesn't matter what you're a race fan of. Everyone's got to go to Le Mans once in their lifetime. You know, I didn't even really think about it until I met Terry and Keith properly, and they were talking about it, and then we went. And like Terry says, there's nothing like it. It's ridiculous. It's just constant noise, and race fans, such mental race fans go there. It is brilliant. Yeah, I think you have to drink your way through it a bit as well.
Well, you do. Some of us are a bit older now. But yeah, 2 a.m, you know, when it's dark, crowds have gone home, it's quieter, you know, the brake discs are glowing. It's unbelievable. Yeah, really good. Conscious of time, who wants to talk about supercars? Is that you?
Oh yeah, I got it. Supercars. Yeah, so there were 4 races. Because there was like a typhoon at the round before, the week before. So there should have only been 3, but they sacrificed the Sunday from the week before and gave them 4 races. The first race was Brody Kostecki, led early, and then it was a 37-lap race, 1 pit stop race. Kai Allen decided to pit from 3rd early, got his tyres, got out there, started pumping in laps, and it was very apparent that the undercut was the move. And then by the time Kostecki pitted, came out behind Allen, couldn't do anything about it. Allen just defended for the whole race and got it done.
I had Alan.
Oh, you had Alan? Yeah, brilliant.
Absolute bargain price of like 2K, I think.
Yeah, yawn. So race 2, pretty much the same story. Kostecki got away from the grid first, leading. He's got Alan right behind him, but he learns and he pits early on the same lap as Alan, so Alan can't do the same thing to him, and they get back out, and then Kostecki just defends and he brings it home. The one outlier would have been Matt Payne, who's Alan's teammate. They had great pace all weekend. He stayed out a long time and thought, pit late, put some fresh tyres on, and then they'll be like nursing it at the end of the race and he might get past. So he did that. He had good pace and he didn't come out far behind them. Fresh tyres, 10 laps newer. But they rushed the pit stop and his wheel fell off. So he was just catching up to them and then suddenly had a 3-wheel car and couldn't do much with it. So he had to limp back to the pits and it was race over for him pretty much. So Kostecki held on, took the second race. Race 3, another 37-lap race. So 1 stopper. Payne, who his biggest problem, other than his wheel falling off, was getting off the start line in the first 2 races. And he absolutely hooked it up in the 3rd race, just got away, dominated, job done. There were lots of good battles in the race behind him for second, etc. It was worth watching for sure, but it was all about Matthew Payne bossed it. And then race 4, if you're going to watch any of the 4 races that weekend, you've got to watch race 4. That's when it kicked off. It was all happening in race 4. It was brilliant.
The Kostecki thing, Keith.
I'll get to that, Ben.
Yeah. I shared this on the gram.
But there was so much. So first of all, it's a 2-stop race. It's a much longer race. The 888, the 888 team, both rocked up to the grid and didn't have any team radio going on, so they had to rely on pit boards. They were getting very naggy about that. That wasn't great. We had Ryan Woods. There's something called the Jason Richards Trophy, because this race and the race the week before were both in New Zealand, not the traditional Australian rounds. And whoever scores the most points across all of the races in New Zealand wins this special trophy. And Ryan Wood was bossing it. He was well placed in the race. He had it wrapped up. And then his car slowed down on the main straight with 7 laps to go. And it was over. And he was probably in tears. I don't know. But, you know, he's quite new to the series. He deserved something. He's from New Zealand. It was all like written in the stars for him. And then his car conked out. That was heartbreaking. Honestly.
Was it heartbreaking for you too, Keith?
Also, because I had him in my team. Yes, that was another Sunday gift that I got. Beautiful. Yeah, towards the end of the race, 2 laps to go, you had Kostecki battling with Mostert, and Mostert did not want to let him through. I think Kostecki might have bumped him in the corner before, but he sort of blocked him, and then Kostecki was still on the road, so that block wasn't good enough. So then he blocked him again and just flung him at the scenery. He went sliding across the grass, came back across the track. There was dust everywhere. It was huge. It was such a rude move. Like, honestly, you'd probably get a penalty in NASCAR for doing that. You don't get penalties in NASCAR, but it was outrageous. Yeah, he got a penalty. Mostert got a penalty for it, so it didn't really pay off for him. And they both ended up near the back. We had Cam Woods at the start of the race. His car didn't start for the formation lap, so they got him going and he had to start from the back. He fought his way back to 5th. That was brilliant to watch. He had great pace. He didn't deserve that at the start line, so that was interesting. And on top of all that, we had Payne, who just dominated from the front, got his second win. But everything that was going on behind him was just magical. It was great to watch.
Supercars is such great entertainment. It really is.
Truly,
it's just
truly
the
love
tracks,
it.
the cars. It's like NASCAR, but it's different, and it's I love it. They're a bit softly sprung. They slide around,
Yeah, I think as well, like you say, they're like British touring cars, John, similar in that they're so door to door. There's a lot of nudging and budging, and there's some people that don't like each other on the grid as well, and you do see some little rivalries happen. Like when I shared the Kostecki video on Instagram, how they didn't collect him when he reappeared on the track, because the track kind of went round and you're following Kostecki across the grass and they're coming this way, and I don't know how they miss him, but they're flat out. They must just come around the corner and be like, why is that car just spinning in the middle of the track? Like, Jesus. But it's, very NASCAR, touring car, supercars. They're all like really good to watch. And I think we've been watching it since last year now, and they sound amazing. Like, they're again another series that haven't decided, we're going to go down the low power route, sustainability, blah blah blah. They're like, no, let's stick a fat V8 in there and go for it.
Send it.
I have a question about NASCAR that I need to bring up before John starts, and that is, why was it so fucking boring, John? Like, oh my God. I am such a NASCAR fan, and I said to Keith, we're midway through stage 2, and I was like, can someone just smash into the wall or something? This is so boring. And Keith has said that a lot of the forums, a lot of the chat groups, a lot of the podcasts, actually, people have been saying this. It was real dull. And I want your take on it. And I want to know why it's so boring. Like,
so it's definitely, I think there's a lot of factors. Obviously, we didn't have a caution for cause until the second to last lap. So that was an issue. Very atypical. I love Kansas because it's a multi-groove track. You have the progressive banking where you can run the high line. You can kind of go in high into 1 and 2 and kind of diamond it off, just because the progressive banking can kind of launch you back down the track. It was very dull for me, even watching it. Kansas is one of my favorite tracks. I've been to it. It's a great place to watch a race. There just wasn't a lot of differentiating situations happening. You had drivers that were trying to do a little bit of an undercut. It did work a little bit. You had some drivers that drove. I mean, like Hocevar was on that long run in the first stint, trying to make his car last as long as it could. So there was that. Yeah. But it wasn't typical, which is odd, because typically 1.5 miles are great racing. And if you're a Toyota fan, you had a great race. Toyota was dominating. I think it was just a mix of that. Everybody seemed to be kind of just minding their own business, almost, it seemed. I watched it all the way through, and I even thought at one point, I was like, this is kind of, and not in like a bad way, because I love strategy races, but it's kind of rough because not much was happening. So I will say this week, completely different though. This week will be completely different. But I think last week was due to I think there could have been more tire fall off. I think there could have been a better tire that Goodyear provided, but also I think that there wasn't enough differentiating between the cars and how they were running. I mean, everybody kind of, when you had that first car come down pit road, then everybody came down pit road, then everybody was really within a couple laps of each other. So it wasn't a lot of differentiating strategies, unless you're like Hocevar that just stayed out forever. So
I mean, I'm really new to NASCAR in that I've only watched it for 2-3 years, and I've not, since starting to watch it, that has been the dullest race. And what I know as to be a good race, like next week, when they're like a train and they're glued to each other and they're 3-4 wide and everyone's running close, it's great racing. But when they're apart, like they were at Kansas, they were so far apart. There's not people side drafting. There's not people running up onto the wall into each other. It was just, I don't know. We hilariously found a game on the World Endurance site where you had to do a reaction game. We ended up playing this game the whole race because we were just like, nothing's happening. What is going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
it did get spicy at the end though, didn't it?
did.
John?
Oh, don't get me wrong. Right at the end when Denny, Larson, and Reddick, you know, they all came out of nowhere almost. It was like, where's this been a whole race? You know?
Right.
When it ran, what was hilarious was we were just sat back just going, oh, it's gonna win, Denny's gonna win, blah blah blah. And then obviously a caution got thrown. No fault of the drivers, that it was his team, wasn't it? Who was the driver who spun?
Cody Ware.
Cody Ware, yeah.
Cody
He'd just been running tyres for 50 odd laps, hasn't he? He was just left to hang out by his team, and it went to caution. And Keith and I were like, "This is typical NASCAR. Normally, when you're knackered and we're watching NASCAR late, and you think, right, it's been a dull race. I'm ready for bed now. Just end. It goes to overtime, and then the overtime lasts like 1, 2, 3, 4 time overtimes. And we thought we were going to get the same again when Reddick ran out of fuel, didn't he, on the second restart? And
no, it was before the caution.
It was before the caution.
Yeah.
Oh, right. He ran out, nearly spun, and I thought, oh my God, this is going to get dicey now. And then Denny was just awesome, but so unfortunate. Like, that guy can't have any worse luck, can he? It was like the end of last season when he was going to win and then it got taken away from him. It was exactly the same. And you just think, how can you race? This is the other thing that I wanted to speak about is how can you own a team and race for a rival team and want to put your driver in the wall? Like,
it's wild. There's a really good interview. It's a really good interview with him, Michael Jordan, and Tyler Reddick that was done, I believe, by ABC Mornings. It's on YouTube. I made a video about it, where he talks about that, because they're like, you own a team and you're racing for another team and trying to win a championship with the same manufacturer. That's the biggest thing, is they're all Toyota cars. And keep in mind, he doored, well, depending on what side you're on, he made contact with his other driver last year, and Chase Elliott got the win. So like, it's pretty crazy to see Denny do this and try to do this effectively, because he does it. And then, Brad Keselowski, he drives for his own team, so that's a little bit different, and that's the only team he has stake in. But with Denny, he's racing his guys every week. And Reddick, really quick, we could talk about Reddick. He's won 5 out of the first 9. I did the math on this. I don't know if it'll come true, because if it does, he'll be the winningest driver in NASCAR history in a season. If he keeps on winning at this pace, he'll end up with like 20 wins, which has never happened ever. Because he's winning 55% of the races. And the crazy thing is, he's winning on all different types of tracks. He's won at Daytona, which is a traditional super speedway. He won at Atlanta, which is a super speedway and a 1.5 mile mix. He won at a road course, and now he's won, I guess if you want to call it a traditional 1.5 mile with Kansas, but then he won at the most difficult track, I would say on the calendar, Darlington. You can't beat him. And Toyota's won the majority of the races this year. I want to see how far he could go. I don't know. Do you all like that? Like, what do you think?
They're obviously cheating.
Yeah, he's
well, it was
totally
weird because he didn't win last year. That's what's weird to me. He didn't win a single race last year, and he's just turned up and he's been on it since the get-go this year. That's what shocked me.
My pitch for people that don't watch NASCAR has been totally ruined by Tyler Reddick, and that is, you never see the same guy win ever. Like, it just doesn't happen. And then my friend was like, you know that crap you gave me about the same guy never winning in NASCAR? Why is this Tyler Reddick guy winning every? I'm like, I don't know. This guy didn't win a single race last year. I don't know what's happening. This is ridiculous.
I'll tell you 2 things. So there was an odd trend that happened. The last 3 regular season champions did not win a race the following year, and Reddick was a part of that crew. Last year, William Byron, my favorite driver, won the regular season championship, and he hasn't won a race this year, which is odd, because he's typically gotten a race win by now. But Tyler Reddick is the first driver since Dale Earnhardt, since 1987, I believe, to win 5 out of the first 9. So you have 40 years. Let me back that up. 40 years since this has happened. So You can tell them that this is not normal. This is not normal. I promise, it's not normal. So tell them.
You think he'll win Talladega? Please say he won't. I'm
So-
not picking him. I refuse.
So I have this diecast right here that he actually won Talladega in. He's won at Dega before, and he's won it both super speedways this year. I don't think he'll win it. I don't think drivers will let him win it. I think it's kind of that point where like you're getting to the point where like I don't think people want him to win. I actually have, and this is I haven't made my picks yet, but this weekend they're doing a completely different format for the stages. Typically you have a long third stage. This weekend they are doing a long stage 1 where stage 2 and stage 3 are going to be all out. There's no fuel saving. It's 98 laps, 45 laps, and 45 laps, which will create everybody going full speed to the front. Nobody can let off, which will create chaos. I don't know. Should I give my pick? Like, is that a pro?
Well, give us your pick or give us the race winner, because will your pick be the race winner?
Okay, so it's good. I will say it might be Tyler Reddick. No, I'm kidding. It's not going to be Tyler Reddick. No, I'm going to go with I think it's Carson Hocevar. I think Hocevar finally gets it. I think Hocevar gets it. I think he does. He's driving a car that looks like Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s. I'm just going to call it out right now. And I think with him leading at the last lap at the 500 and him doing well at other tracks this season, I think his natural skill progression has gone up. I think he wants to win. I think this is an opportunity for him. If there's a race where you have to drive all out as hard as you can, I think it's going to be it. So I think Hocevar wins. I think he wins.
Is he going in your team though?
Oh yeah, 100%.
He will be.
You heard it here first, people.
I'm going Kyle Busch because he's had such a bad run.
Ooh.
But he's got an RCR car and they're pretty good at super speedways. So this has got to be his time to just get out of the doldrums and get that.
I'm going Carl Larson because he hasn't fucking won a race yet, and he's due to. He's a current champ. Like, come on.
He's not good at super speedways, mate. So good luck.
Don't care. He's gonna win. Everyone else is gonna crash Keith, and Larson's gonna win. So,
yeah, I mean, seriously, you could pick all 1Kers this weekend. It's exactly how it would go.
Yeah, it's a good shout. I mean, someone's not getting in the race. Is that right, John? Because there's 41 entries. I guess they'll only run 40. So one of them won't qualify.
So that's for ARCA. That's not for the Cup Series. So the Cup Series, I haven't looked at the entry list yet.
Okay. I thought they did a special at Daytona where they let an extra one in because it's Daytona.
They do. That's the open provisional. But this is, so at Talladega, let me see the entry list. I'd have to kind of look back at it really quick.
Sure.
I believe we should have a full field, but there shouldn't be anybody going home, from what I understand.
Okay. Well, if someone picks a 1K and they go home, it's on you.
Oh wait, no, you're actually correct. You're actually you are correct. There is 41 entries. You are right.
Yeah, and I think they'll only run 40, won't they? So probably one of those 1Ks won't get in the race. But if they do get in the race, they'll probably start at the back, and they might get you good points for getting through the field if they dodge the big wrecks. So
how do they get rid of them in quali? Whoever has the
in
worst
quali.
time just disappears, yeah?
Worst time goes home, yeah.
Yep, worst time.
Nice.
Yep, similar to Daytona. So.
Have you ever been to Talladega, John?
Oh yes. Oh, been multiple. It was actually my first race I ever went to with my dad.
Oh my god!
It was 2011, and I've been 4 or 5 times because it's only about 4 hours south from where I am right now. So my wife will be gone this weekend. She'll be visiting one of her friends a couple hours away, and I thought about it. I was like, hey, I don't have anything going on. Should I just drive down to Talladega and go watch the race?
What's a ticket price there if you were to rock up?
It depends. If you want to sit, I'm going to say lower bowl and upper bowl. But if you want to sit closer to the track, you'll probably pay $120, $130. If you want to go up, it's probably closer to $90.
That's
$90.
That's so
cheap. Like our Formula One tickets, John. Last time Keith and I went to Silverstone to watch Hamilton's last Mercedes race. We paid 355 quid a ticket each, and There was no seating, there was no access to any of the grandstands, no access to any standing areas that have a good view. We were literally looking over a fence on a bridge at one point.
No way.
Yeah, it was shocking. And that's very new, because obviously back in the day you could buy a Formula 1 ticket for a couple £100, sit in a stand and blah blah. But since Liberty have taken over, I think they've really maximised the monetary side of it. And we did a thing on, like, we went to loads of different racing, and value for money, like our British Touring Car event is like 29 quid for a day, and it's so good.
Wow.
You can go to like all the circuit, you can pretty much go anywhere, and you get so much race. Not just like one series, there's like 10 series during the day. You get non-stop racing. But like DTM was really good price. Le Mans was incredibly well priced. Where
I
else
think it's
have we been?
£110 for the week.
Yeah,
Something like that.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Per day, that's like 20 quid
Probably.
or something. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. So hearing that NASCAR is that cheap makes me want to move to America even more, because I
Let's
can
go.
just travel around. Just go.
Let's get a flight. Let's go.
Oh, for sure. I'm looking at tickets right now. I mean, there are 2 tickets that I found. Okay, maybe a little bit more, 140 from where I'm sitting.
Nothing.
I am going to the USGP at Coda in October,
How much?
and turn 1 3-day tickets are $1,200. Like it's not good. It's not good. I'm still going, but it's not good. It's not good. Like,
I'm
it's
telling the wife that I'm not paying for anything this year because I'm going to the Formula 1.
Yeah, it's wild, because there's been, like you said, other races I've been to when they used to have IndyCar racing in the streets of downtown Nashville. They had GT America. They had the trophy trucks out here. They had Trans Am Series. You could get a 3-day pass and watch everything for like $220, and you get access to the garage. That's where this tire comes from. I don't know if you could see. I got that tire from that race. Like, you could go anywhere in the paddock during that weekend. Well, outside of IndyCar, but with GT America, you could just walk up to the cars and talk to the guys and go through everything. But then Formula 1, you're looking over a fence. So and pay hundreds of dollars. Yeah, it's wild. So NASCAR is good.
Mhm.
Yeah, NASCAR just sounds good. My experience in NASCAR though needs to be huge RV in the middle of the track, sat on top of the RV with a beer hat and a barbecue, like literally just sat there full redneck. Just this is racing.
That's it.
That's what I need. So when we come, John, you're gonna have to give us that experience. No,
I will do my best. We'll get an RV. We'll go out there. We'll see what tracks. Talladega is something else. Let me tell you that. That's all I'm going to say. It's or the 500. The Daytona 500 is amazing. Daytona is an exceptional facility. And also, there were I was looking at 24 Rolex 24 tickets. I think it's $150. You can go anywhere you want all weekend. I think it's 4 days, which is awesome. Just
we should do that.
Yeah, there's that too. Like, it's there's so many good bang for your buck, amazing racing product events out there that aren't going to break the bank. So
is because you've done Indy quite a bit recently. Is Indy expensive, or is it relatively cheap as well? Or
so Indy depends. So Indy 500 tickets run. I think we paid like $120 a ticket, but that's just for the race day. Mm-hmm. If you wanted to go, I know this is pretty consistent. If you want to go into the paddock of IndyCar all weekend long, it is $100. I believe it's every single, it might be just Sunday. Paddock passes for IndyCar are $100. So you can go there. We paid, I'm thinking of what we paid for Arlington for tickets. We paid a little bit more because we were in we were overlooking the football stadium. I believe those were close to like 180 per person, but it was 3-day tickets too. So I like buying multiple days because you could see the practices. We got to see the Toyota GR Cup. We got to see Indy Light or Indy Next. We got to see USF, which is another open wheel series we have here. So it's definitely similarly priced. I think the best bang for your buck probably would be either IndyCar, NASCAR, and then any IMSA event I've heard is you buy a ticket inside there, you can go anywhere, is from what I've heard with IMSA. Mm-hmm. So
that's cool.
We currently don't have IMSA in the game, do we? But I know
we
you're
want
looking
to put
at putting
it
in, Keith.
Yeah. I probably could put it in. Yeah, they were at Long Beach with the IndyCar, weren't they, at the weekend? I didn't get to watch the race, but we may well include that soon, for sure. Yeah.
There's like 5 series I've wanted to put in. Keith won't let me. There's Stadium Super Trucks that were at Long Beach. Oh my God, I need to see a jumping truck in the game. So my just thick. Like, I love it.
They do like one round a year. It's not even worth me putting it in. If they did loads of rounds, I'd do it.
Keith, it's jumping pickup trucks. What else could you ask for? There's drag racing that Keith and I have discussed recently. There's the Harley Davidson World Cup. My God damn.
Baggers. They're called baggers, aren't they?
Literally.
Yeah.
When you watch them, you think how the hell are they staying upright? The panniers on the back, they're leaning the bike over, they got stuff happening. It's amazing. So literally every sport I keep asking Keith to put in actually is all from the US. So I should just move to the US and be our US correspondent with John. And sorted. See that, guys? I'm going to US.
He's going.
Just tell my missus I've gone, Keith. Yeah, that's great. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, I just wanted to say last week, looking at our teams, if you can see that on the screen, Ben beat everyone. He did very well with Larson and Sutton.
So the banter on that was we were scoring the same, except he had Stingray Rob. So Stingray Rob, if he'd retired from that race, I'd have beaten him. I needed a retirement or a DQ. And I'm like, I don't will anyone to crash out of a race ever, but I was doing it then because I didn't want to lose to Ben.
The IndyCar, I watched the first 30 laps, and the entire 30 laps I was just going, and Stingray Rob's jumped 3 positions. Come on, this is great. This is great.
It looks like we both picked Allen for supercars, Ben. Look at that. Yeah. I don't watch it. And that was a solid pick. Look at that.
It was a solid pick, man.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Good points. It's a good score.
Yeah.
You went heavy, John, with US sports, obviously. But it's good to see Keith diversifying his picks.
Always.
Yeah. I went heavy with World Endurance. Didn't do very well at all. But I did get plough. But yeah, well done, Ben.
I just want to say that every time we've done a podcast, I've won the week, and
really?
I will continue this little strategy.
What, 2 weeks you've ever won? So yeah, well done.
Doesn't matter, Keith. We're on the big wide world web at the moment. I've won again.
So you won twice in a row. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Okay, that will not happen again. Knowing that has happened, that is not happening again.
We gotta beat him. We can't.
We're going. It's happening this next week.
Also, John, I've been told to bring up that your league that you started, my missus is winning it, and she's asked me to pass on that you're the motorsport enthusiast, and she is a woman destroying you currently in your own league.
Shout 100%. I'm here for it. Like, I want people to win. I want people to beat me because I don't know everything. It's amazing.
She knows nothing, John. She's being you. She knows nothing.
That is the beauty of it, right? This is what we've talked about over and over.
Exactly.
You don't have to know anything about it, and you can make me look like a chump. So it's great. It's fantastic. Hey, I'm here for it. So tell her to bring it on. Now I have a challenge. I have to beat you and her, Ben. So
I've said to her that she needs to jump on a podcast with us at some point because she does endure a lot of racing because of me, and she said she'll only do one when you're next on because 1, she wants to meet you, and 2, she wants to gloat about being better than you.
Well, hopefully at that time I will have won a week and we can say we've both won once. Okay, it's a little bit even, but kudos to her. It was a bad week, guys. It was a bad week. She got it right. She got it right. It was epic. I love it.
Love it.
Yeah, Lundgaard let you down, man.
It was the McLaren. I thought he was going to have the speed, but it was a Ward that had the speed in the McLaren, and it just backfired on me. And I was expecting Bell and Byron to be further more consistent. And then I was hoping that I was trying to kind of go wild card for WEC because I knew how strong the Toyotas were. I knew how strong the Ferrari is. And I was like, maybe we could find something there, but obviously it didn't work.
8 points is fine. 8 points is good, honestly. From low budget.
You've also, I said to Keith as well, when we opened the game and saw your picks, I was like, I reckon John's picked Bell to annoy me because I don't like Christian Bell. And Willpower is my hated IndyCar guy. I reckon John's just picking all the guys I don't like just to annoy me. And it's, but you should never put faith in Bell. He's useless. Shouldn't put faith in Willpower. Useless. And they both lay down. So I rest my case.
Yeah, well, you picked Logano, right? You picked Logano.
Whoa! Joey Logano's amazing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Logano.
Will Logano do well this weekend? Please tell me.
He was a lap down, wasn't he? He was awful.
No, not the weekend just gone. Talladega.
He will do well at Talladega. I think he'll do well at Talladega. Now,
my picks? I'll say my picks now. Are Kyle Larson, obviously. Joey Logano, obviously. And I've gone Alex Bowman for an outsider's shout. And I might bring in another random 1K now because I'm just going to go all out Talladega. Why not?
Okay. Well, when you're at the bottom of the boards, I'm not going to say I told you so. So
I can't wait to text you and be like, oh, John, it's all gone wrong. Hocevar, he's put himself in the wall because he loves wrecking people.
Well, maybe he wrecked Joey Logano and Kyle Larson because he was trying to push Kyle Larson to a win. They got to Logano, then Hocevar drives away and wins the race. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know.
What I need to see is I've watched quite a few of Kyle Busch's podcasts, and he's got a hate list, hasn't he? And I love his hate list. Brad Keselowski, Hocevar's on there. I want to see him headbutt Hocevar in the pits. It'd be so good. Like, it'd be so good. I love it. I want to just create this mass compilation of people fighting people in the pits.
He's probably going to headbutt Denny Hamlin at the moment. Hamlin called him out on not performing.
Man, yeah.
They're talking a lot of trash. I love it. Literally, I love it. So, yeah, Hocevar in the wall. You're getting a message.
Mm-hmm. When Joey Logano doesn't even start the race, I'll be posting that everywhere.
He's the guy that doesn't start. How bad would that be? Oh, my God.
No, they have to qualify. They've got a year-long charter.
Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be in. Yeah, he'll be in no matter what. So
awesome.
Anybody can win. Anybody can win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's the beauty of it. I just wanted to mention, obviously, this week we've got World Rally in Gran Canaria, the Spanish islands. Danny Sordo's back. OGA's back as well, so it's quite interesting. You got Hyundai, trying to be quicker, and they almost won the last meeting, but they had a crash on the last stage. So anyone could win. It's a high grip tarmac rally, so that's going to be a good one to watch. It's just started tonight. We've also got DTM from Austria, which is obviously a lovely scenic racetrack. We were there last year, weren't we, guys? And it was lovely setting for a racetrack. And it's great racing. It's it's GT rules. It's big manufacturers there: Porsche, McLaren, Aston Martin, Lamborghini. So that's going to be. Hopefully, you got your prices right on that one, Keith. Because it's quite difficult to judge, isn't it?
It is difficult to judge, but no, it should be pretty spot on, I think. Definitely. So if anyone watching this doesn't already follow John, the Motorsport Enthusiast, get on that because he's brilliant. And I'll leave it to you to wrap up, Cesar.
Just to say, we're going to be at a few events over the summer. If you can see that on the screen, we had a good Easter. We did truck racing at Brands Hatch. We did some racing Hondas at Silverstone. Me and Keith tried out the new go-kart track there, which is unbelievable. Just turn up, pay your money, have a go. It's a really big circuit with brand new tarmac, and you use part of the old racetrack. It's fantastic. We also saw some British Rallycross as well at Liddon Hill. And then going forward, we've got a lot of events we're going to be at, hopefully, in the summer. So look out for us. And we'll try and share on socials of what we get up to. We are a truly global and varied competition. So anyone can get involved.
Yeah, and we've got a huge announcement coming in May, our first official series. We will be announcing when we are at the track with them. But yeah, we've got two long-running series that are jumping on board as the official FMC first partners in the game. So look out for that as well.
So, any last thoughts, John, our special guest this week? What did you think?
I just want to say this was so fun. I love being on. I want to be on more and shoot the stuff and figure out who really is the motorsport enthusiast among all of us, because apparently I'm not it. No, it's been awesome. It's been awesome. So thank you all for having me, Ben, Terry, and Keith. It's been great. Excited to see the announcement coming up, and can't wait to see how the rest of the racing year goes on with FMC and who's winning week to week. Because the competition, there are some smart people out there that are very, very lucky people. You got to have it both, right? Both ways, right? You have the luck and some knowledge. So yeah, you do. So thank you for having me on, though. It's been awesome.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Okay.